Academic dishonesty has many forms, and it happens way more often than you'd like to think about. So then how do educators across the globe ensure safe and secure examinations in the digital age? Well, definitely not like this. Hi, I'm Shirisha from Mercer Metal, and with this video you'll find out about 10 unique ways that students use to cheat in online exams and how, as an educator, you can outplay them. When I say students get extremely creative with cheating in online exams, I'm not alone. Leading universities and institutes are of the same opinion. Which is why, together, we've compiled this list of 10 unique ways to help you understand how it happens and how to thwart it. Here we go. Impersonation before the exam. Impersonation during the exam. Cheating with friends and family present in the room. Cheating using a software. Abetting cheating. Cheating using their own system. Purposely disrupting the test. Using sophisticated microphones and earpieces, misusing navigation privileges, and number 10, storing on smart devices. These are my top 10 tactics up for discussion today. Let's explore them in detail. Cheating tactic number 1 and 2, impersonation before the exam and impersonation during the exam. To begin with, what is impersonation? I mean, if you've seen the famous American drama series Gossip Girl or The Suits, or even in movies like Bad Genius, 3 Idiots, you'll know what I'm talking about. But even if you don't, let me tell you in detail. Impersonation is when a student that is supposed to give the exam doesn't do it itself, but sends somebody else on its behalf. Take this piece of news for example. Just recently, a leading Indian daily reported how the topper of a joint entrance examination, JEE Mains in Assam, used a proxy to write the examination on his behalf. Impersonation, as I mentioned before, happens in 2 ways. Number 1, before the exam. During this, the student shares all the credentials, IDs, passwords, login details with the imposter before the exam so that they can bypass the authentication process. And number 2 is during the exam. This is when, after authenticating themselves, the student slips away from the system midway and the proxy steps in to complete and submit the exam. Now, how does one overcome these fraudulent activities? I have the answer for you. The answer lies in a powerful, dynamic authentication process. Let me break it down for you. Before starting the exam, conduct a 3-point authentication process. This means, number 1, ask the student to click his or her photograph through the webcam. Number 2, ask them to show a valid ID proof to the webcam. Number 3, send an OTP to a previously registered mobile number. Verify this on the spot and make sure you allow students to sit for the exam only when all the details match. Now, apart from conducting authentication checks before the exam, don't forget to conduct random identity checks during the exam. Use an AI-enabled facial recognition software for that. The software automatically captures the exam taker's image while they're writing the exam and matches it with the pre-approved, pre-snapped correct image. You can do that at regular intervals as well as random intervals to make sure that no imposter can get in between the exam. Fun fact. In case any student tries to leave the exam window in between or any additional person tries to step in between, the AI will alert the proctor. They will pass notifications like away from the test window, candidate face not visible, candidate face partially visible, or additional person present. Moving on to cheating tactic number 3, seeking help from friends and family present in a room. Just recently, I came across this old article that said, these parents climbed a school wall just to help their kids cheat in an exam. Well, it happens online too. The difference is, these helpers don't climb a wall. These helpers are present in the room but away from the webcam. Each time a student wants an answer, they make some suspicious gesture. Or they look around the screen, they look around the room, or do something suspicious. And the helper in return will either write answers on a placard or whisper them softly to the test taker. I get such Mr. India vibes from this. But then how does one prevent this kind of meddling? The answer lies in the power of artificial intelligence, AI. The AI's video scanning feature is constantly monitoring the test taker's behavior. Anything out of the ordinary, and it will alert the proctor with an appropriate flag, such as distracted movement. Additionally, a high-quality audio proctoring feature is also scanning the test taker's environment for additional sounds and noises. This includes whispers and mumbles via a microphone. Anything unusual, and the proctor will come to know. In cases like these, a proctor can also ask the students to give them a 360-degree view of the room they're taking the exam from. They can do this before the exam, during the exam, or anytime they find something suspicious. There have also been instances where a proctor has requested the student to wear a camera as a headgear. This helps them observe exactly what the student is observing and catch their gaze. And voila, they found a way to eliminate cheating in online exam. Cheating tactic 4, 5 and 6. Seeking help using software, using sophisticated microphones and earpieces, and storing answers on smart devices. Basically using tools and technologies for cheating purposes. Do you remember a scene from the popular cult movie Munna Bhai MBBS, wherein the actor is sitting to take an exam and through a hidden earpiece is being dictated the answers? Well, the scene has been copied in real life as well. 10 MBBS final year students caught cheating Munna Bhai style in Agra. What can I say? Cheating masterminds find a way to bend the rule. Coming back to our tactic, cheating using tools and technologies. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes students have multiple screens open on their computer. It can be harmless, but there is a possibility of having a helper on the other side of the screen. This helper can basically see the screen just as the student can. This is made possible via screen sharing and mirroring apps. This even gives them access to write answers on behalf of the students. Apart from this, one clever way students tend to cheat is by enabling the desktop version of a popular app called WhatsApp. They simply copy-paste the questions on a chat, ping their helpers, and quickly these helpers within minutes respond with an answer. What a way to cheat, right? Similarly, students also use sophisticated earpieces and microphones such as nano-sized non-wired Bluetooth earpieces or practically undetectable microphones that help them to cheat. Apart from that, they also used advanced calculators, smartwatches, or other connected devices that help them store answers and other data on. This seems like a challenge to solve, right? Not when you have innovative solutions at hand. Ever heard of a proctoring feature called Secure Exam Browser? Well, this feature doesn't let the test taker move out of the test environment. This means it automatically stops the user from using any software, tool, tab, even browser while they're writing the exam. Even the task manager cannot be accessed during the exam. Another way is by collaborating with an auto proctoring software provider that offers an advanced video proctoring accessibility. This technology is really good at identifying gadgets such as microphones, smartwatches, calculators, anything that is unauthorized and unapproved by the educators for the exam. It is also very quick at alerting the proctor and flagging it off. They use flags such as mobile phones detected or presence of an unauthorized device. To outsmart students who use nano-sized Bluetooth devices, activate a high-quality audio proctoring software. As I mentioned before, audio proctoring software is exceptionally efficient at identifying sounds that can and must not be present in a testing environment. Cheating tactics 7 and 8. Misusing navigation privileges and cheating using their own system. Many universities let students access the internet while giving an exam, and students tend to misuse them by logging on to unauthorized devices, copying the questions, and pasting the answers. Even if there are no privileges, students tend to misuse the system by keeping documents, ebooks, PDFs, and even browsers already open before the exam on a separate window. Each time they want an answer, they conveniently copy-paste from them. Sadly, the remote proctor has limited information about on-screen activities and therefore cannot detect it. But one feature that comes to your rescue is the Secure Exam Browser. A Secure Exam Browser is a smart solution that restricts on-screen movement as per the academia's requirement. It begins with locking the examination system into a kiosk mode. This means the student can only view the test screen. It disables keyboard functions. It disables opening of additional tabs and screens. It disables all external ports. It disables software and tools. It disables mouse functions and shortcuts. And it whitelists predefined websites, and software. Isn't this great? Moving on to cheating tactic number 9, purposely disrupting the test. There is no limit to finding excuses to cheat on an exam. This includes tricking the proctor and the system by purposely logging out of this test. It happens, and students tend to blame power cuts, technical issues, or unstable internet connectivity for the same. As much as this sounds genuine, there are some students who employ this tactic to gain an advantage. I know it's unfair, so then how do you know if it's a strategy or not? Institutes and universities can enable disruption tolerance. This means they can put a cap on the number of times a student can log out of an exam and back into an exam. If they find something unusual, it is up to them to take a call. They can either take a stringent action or dive deeper into the situation. Cheating tactic number 10, abetting cheating. You may feel that cheating is a selfish activity, but it's not. Some people are highly selfless with cheating in examination. Here's how. They enjoy disclosing a question paper before the exam with no personal gain. They'll fraudulently discuss the answers to an upcoming exam without the other person's knowledge. Or they'll simply copy-paste the questions of an examination paper and share them with other test takers who are yet to take the exam. So how does one curtail this? Secure Exam Browser to your rescue again. Secure Exam Browser empowers educators to restrict options such as print screen, screenshot, right-click menu options, function keys, keyboard shortcuts, cut, copy and paste using a mouse to ensure no text content is copied. If students try to use any gadget to click a picture of the question paper, the AI, as I mentioned before, will alert the proctor with a flag saying mobile phone detected or gadget detected. Along with this, it is also a wise option to partner with service providers that have strict and stringent security protocols. That means they have limited and specific access to question papers to both avoid content leak and to prevent compromising the integrity of the exam. Fascinating, right? I know students can find all sorts of loopholes when they want to, but using these tactics is always going to keep you a step ahead. I also know I've mentioned so much about proctoring, and understanding the world of proctoring can be a bit overwhelming, which is why you'll want to come back for my other video, which clearly explains the right proctoring approach for you. Is it AI, is it live, or is it recorded proctoring? Let's find out together.